the whole song, like the production on it, all that stuff. He just knows how to arrange it.
Like him.
Like he's not staying on note on some of that singing. Like it's not the right note. Like if somebody was being critical, they could tell that it's not the right note that he's singing for that song. But the way he arranges it and puts it into the song, and it sounds good. It's the same thing. I think Future is less of a singer, but it's the same thing with Future. Like the way those type of singers do, or I can't even say singers, but the way they sing, just the melody and the I don't know.
It's kind of singing it's kind of, even when you talk about Future, I remember like,
I mean, it's singing because it's singing.
I remember the first song I ever heard from Future. I think it's called "Turn Out the Lights," and I think and it was like, wow, this is really, people are really liking this. This is not, like you said, an R&B singer. This is not a professional singer, but I think he's singing with his heart. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that translates.
Well, I think the vibe.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what it is these days. Like, it's more of a vibe. Like, you got songs where people ain't saying shit, which is some of the complaint of people that like lyricism. You got songs where people aren't saying nothing. Damn near, 4-line songs. They just repeating. But it's just a vibe. And that's what I say to kids. I sound old as fuck when I do that, but it's real. Like the younger people, that's what they be on. It be more vibes than anything. Like, I'm all about the vibes. Like, that's what kids always say. I'm all about the vibe. And that's true. Like, a lot of music, they all about the vibes. I like the vibes too, but I also want lyrics and other stuff. But you can make a song from vibes and not say a lot and not be the best singer in the world. But the way you arranged it, the beat, the production on it, all that stuff matters.
And it can be fire. Remember that song Kanye West had on what's this? 808s and Heartbreak, where
that whole album
don't realize but it's like he say the same thing over and over. He say a certain part, but he says that over and over again through the whole song.
Yeah.
And I forget what it is. Seems like rolling into me.
I don't even remember that. I remember that album, but
it's like that's not just like a few words. It's like a whole like part, but he says that over and over again throughout the song. And I was like, wow. And they even used that, I think, in Grey's Anatomy in one episode. It's fire. But I say that to say I think some of the vibe stuff I've enjoyed as well.
No, I have too. Like, I just don't want a whole album of vibes. Okay. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, younger artists, because of how music is made, like, they'll make it's basically a bunch of singles put together on an album.
Oh yeah.
Because the way they put out music now, just putting it out whenever, putting it out. And then when you have a bunch of songs, now that's an album, and they put out the album. And it's just a bunch of singles, really. So it's all vibes. Like, the whole album's vibes.
That's another good thing about this Tyler, the Creator album. It's cohesive. It's all pulled together.
Album.
It has a theme.
Yeah, it's an album.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a full concept album, like I said to you last week, but it's kind of a concept album, like with his mom giving advice, and then most of the songs being him not taking her advice, and the consequences. Like, that's that's a theme.
He got that one song. His mom like, I want grandbabies, and this whole song's like, nah.
But then later on, when he talk about getting the girl pregnant.
No, that came before that song.
Oh, did that? Yeah. Was that before that song?
Yeah, and I think it sounds like, I don't know if he actually...
Well, it sounds like he left it up to her to whatever she wanted to do, and I don't think she said what she wanted to do. Well, she actually, I think, said she wanted to have it. Now, is he... I wanted to ask, like, is he married?
No, I don't think he's married.
Because in that video, he got a ring on his his ring finger. And I was like, yo, I wonder if he's married and ain't tell nobody. Like, it probably got some kids or something. And ain't tell nobody. Because that's how J. Cole was for a while. Like, didn't nobody know that they was married, him and his woman.
Who knows? I'm taking him at his word on these songs, but he also likes his privacy. But the way
he's saying, yeah, and some of the stuff he's saying, like about meeting women, even though he don't want to be monogamous, he's still deeply in love with these women, or at least a few of them. He's been deeply in love with them to the point where he's been hurt for certain things. So who knows? You know?
Yeah.
But I was just wondering because I didn't know if you knew any more because I see him not telling anybody because he does like his privacy.
Yeah,
and I don't know. The only thing I don't like about this album is when it was released because I wonder if it's gonna get snubbed at the Grammys next year.
No, it should
it's so
not.
long.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it should either. But that don't always matter.
It's very deserving.
That don't always matter. So, and depending on what comes out, that's the other thing. Like, depending on what comes out between, not that he should definitely be nominated right now. You know, I don't care what comes out, but depending on what comes out, like, I think he would win if he was in there now.
Yeah.
Next year, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, depending on, and you can't make music.
Because, like,
I'm cool with not making music for that reason.
Yeah.
So that's I wonder if he tried to get it out before because I think no, it was August 30th is the cutoff for the Grammys. So anything that comes out or the 31st, does August got 31 days? I always forget.
I think so.
Yeah, the 31st is the cutoff, I think. So anything after August 31st can be considered in the Grammys. So yeah, this came out. This is a couple months. So he probably wasn't even giving a fuck.
Yeah.
He probably figured it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be good, and it'll be good for next year.
I hope all the voters are conscious about you know this and remembering it because that can be a thing like people may forget.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's why I said that because it's a whole nother year.
Yeah,
like, it's a whole year for real. And he missed the Grammys by 2 months. So it's a whole year he got.
Yeah.
A whole year of music that may come out and could erase. Because to be fair, we consume music much differently than the average person these days. And I think that's an age thing, but I also think it's just where the world is. Because I'm sure there's older people that consume music just like young people these days. We just consume it a little differently. We still kind of consume it how we used to, even though we consume it on platforms that's not how we used to. But yeah, that's the only thing when I say that. It's definitely deserving for Grammys. Grammy nod.
Yo, and yeah, I was thinking a couple of things. One of the things is I think listening to this, I think he's like becoming like a top producer in hip hop.
Yeah,
I think he's becoming like, you know, like I'm thinking like Pharrell is proud, like looking because he kind of like he's very. I think he even said he don't idolize him, but he like. Or am I mixing this up with something? But anyway, you can tell he likes Pharrell's music. Like,
yeah.
And you know, so.
Yeah, he looks at him. I mean, he looks up to him.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
And you can hear, you can see, but you can see his influences clearly. And he's like unapologetic about it.
No.
Like, you know?
I mean, because everybody has influences. And everybody you don't just come out in the womb just out, you know, maybe Stevie Wonder. I don't know. But. You know, you don't, and I'm sure Stevie Wonder didn't either. Like, I'm sure he has influences as well. But yeah, everybody has influences. You get it from somewhere.
But like, yeah, man, the stuff he's doing now, like, you can even like, what's that song? Cause you know how on Drop It Like It's Hot, Pharrell does the like thing.
Oh yeah.
And
when he was making the tracks, and he was like, he was doing something. What was he doing?
He was doing a
he was clicking, but he was doing something else too. He was making like some type of noise.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what is happening? But that shit is dope.
But Tyler does that one sound on this album. I forget what song it is. But I really like the production because it's like, you know how you can make a beat and it's the same repetitive thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
This album, the songs are not like that. The stuff changes up, and it's like it's perfect. It's like what comes with it either adds to it or is a welcome change. You know.
There's no. I know people that do that, and sometimes I'll be like, "Damn, why you change that?"
Yeah,
you know, this I don't feel that way about.
Yeah,
like the stuff that changes, I'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that I think that's an art in itself too. With that, man, I ain't think we was gonna talk about Tyler for an hour, but I think the album deserves it.
Yeah, it's that good.
Yeah,
I hope it's remembered. 2026 Grammys.
And I want to encourage people that don't usually listen to him to check it out. Because I know, like I said, I know everybody, sometimes you get pigeonholed when you get introduced to an artist early on and you don't never check for them again. And you thinking they still whatever that. So I would urge anybody that maybe pigeonholed him and saying he was immature or not, not making the type of music you want to hear. Check this album out.
Yeah, because I think at some parts like I wasn't paying attention fully because I probably couldn't get into it for those reasons, but yeah, like as of late, the past few albums, he's put out stuff that got my attention.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, I don't know if he would like me using this word, but the potential. You saw the potential in you saw the potential from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning I saw potential.
Yeah. And now it's like it's fully grown.
Yeah.
In all aspects.